All right, Aquarius, my darlings, how are you all? Please note that these are general messages, so they're not going to resonate with everybody. Just take what does, leave the rest, and if none of it resonates, it just means it's not your message this time, okay? 1 second, my puppy's trying to attack me. Sorry, 1 sec. Sorry, guys. Wow, look at that. I dropped the die, and it was Aquarius. Where did it? Ooh, and it landed on the piece of the pie for luck. Some of you may have luck coming your way, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. See what's going on. Spirit, please remove my ego, please remove my biases, please remove any filters, and just give me the messages, please, that Aquas need to hear. Divine guidance. Yeah, so just as I felt that there was some luck that may be intervening here. You may have been in a challenging situation, but that challenge happened to push you into something else where you were supposed to be a different approach of some sort, and perhaps you're even surrounding yourself now with people who are more like-minded and can help reflect to you your truth, right? They support you. There could have been something that you weren't happy with, or perhaps you're even searching out divine guidance. This is akin to the Hierophant. So I'm getting this feeling like maybe you are looking for some kind of answers regarding something, okay? This is an individual who's known as the High Priest or a Pope, okay? It's somebody who sits on a stone throne and has pillars each side. And the dress, of course, looks like religious wear, if you will, of red and white, and a mantle, which has a sash and 3 crosses. So this could be a spiritual leader, perhaps, all right? Very much so. Maybe some of you are looking to find some guidance in regards to tradition and convention. It represents as churches or organized religions, organizations for that matter, traditional establishments such as governments or schools, education. Anything that favors some kind of traditional approach is what's represented by the Hierophant. But it also suggests that possibly you might be giving your power away to someone else or even a group of people. It's a card about blindly following what everyone else is doing. So it can suggest that maybe you or somebody you're dealing with is not taking responsibility for their own life or their spiritual beliefs, but rather surrendering their free will to another. The strong selling point for this individual, though, is that they appear to offer respectability to those who follow them. But from our knowledge of numerology, because this is a 5, all right, it can suggest that there could be some narrow-mindedness in a current situation. Perhaps the person you're dealing with or you are believing things that people are telling you rather than checking it out for yourself. And it could suggest that maybe you're set in a certain way or an attitude as a result of programming or conditioning. And so maybe you're just behaving according to what others expect of you. If that's not the case, this could be a role model situation, all right? So maybe some of you at this point are representing a role model maybe some of you are looking up to a role model and you're trying to follow and imitate them, and it's all well and good for a while, but it talks about striking out on your own and living by your own beliefs and having your own attitudes and opinions. So there's a need here to explore life for oneself, and in doing so may discover what the role model represents or would have you believe is not after all which you now want or need. All right, so this is a card about thinking outside the box, forming one's own views, and also maybe reviewing where you're at this point in time. Or maybe some of you are going through an initiation or a rite of passage in all forms. So say a baptism or a marriage or a funeral or college or graduation, maybe entering priesthood or spiritual order or convent. Some, on the other hand, may be receiving initiation into how life works, right? So what you should and shouldn't be doing, or how you ought to behave or react in certain situations. Maybe someone's trying to lay down the law and setting guidelines for you to live by, and that could be a controlling aspect with somebody who thinks that they know better than you or what's in your best interests. But the initiation aspect, along with the keys, can also be symbolic for seeking and gaining awareness or gaining access to clubs or organizations or groups, all right? This individual is also a teacher or a counselor. So again, there's something about divine guidance here. Let's see what the other person has going on for them. They've got the Six of Cups. So this speaks to embracing an inner child, or maybe new friends, or a rekindled relationship. Is it possible that someone that maybe you had a conflict with in the past, maybe if they were too controlling in some way, shape, or form, is trying to come back into your life? If that be the case, they could be feeling very nostalgic, or you're feeling nostalgic about somebody, because there's this element of missing somebody, okay? Thinking about the good times when things were good and forgetting, if you will, about the bad times. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe some of you need to make a decision at this point in time. This speaks to home or childhood memories, emotional security, or being cared for, giving and receiving, openness and sharing, goodwill, kindness, charity, gifts, blessings, simple joys, helping, forgiveness, right? So I'm starting to see a picture here that perhaps somebody here is looking at the past and they're looking at what they had. So this is person one and this is person two. And I feel like person two is being influenced by the past and nostalgia. And I think they're longing and yearning for the familiarity that they once had, or the trust that maybe they had with this individual over here. You can pick which side that you are resonating with and who the other person is. But yeah, perhaps this was a childhood sweetheart or a childhood friend. Maybe you're going to run into them at a club or an organization of some sort. But again, this is about someone's being haunted by the olden days when things were really, really good. That's what I'm getting here. And it's like I'm feeling in my tummy a feeling of regrets. Yeah, look at this. If you're resonating with this side, Aquas, you may be holding yourself back a little bit. You could be protecting yourself at this point in time. Maybe you pulled back your resources, hence this person is feeling lost and nostalgic without you, okay? They might be thinking about those good old times, but yet I'm getting this feeling that possibly, if you're resonating here, your focus is on financial stability or security, or maybe savings or investments or business or wealth. Something about being, I don't know, just trying to get control or ownership. But in the same respect, I feel like there's this closed energy or this blocking, okay? Or setting up boundaries and keeping to yourself. And that could be what is making this person over here miss you so much, is because of the fact that you have pulled your resources back. Again, that's what I'm really feeling here. So I get this feeling of self-protection. Yeah, look at this person. Wow. 8 of Swords. So they're not taking any action at this point in time, but I need you to know that they are thinking about you consistently. They are stuck in their mind. It's almost like their mind is on a loop. It's playing over and over and over again a number of scenarios that you guys have been through, okay? They're feeling restricted. They're feeling entrapped. They feel caught in a bind or maybe fenced in. They might even be going through a crisis, or maybe they're even causing drama, or they're going through drama and they miss the support or the guidance that you would give them. All right. This person is having misperceptions maybe, or illusions. They could be at a loss. Some might be in prison. Some of them could be incarcerated. But again, I'm getting a sense of this individual being unable to face problems. They can't see a way out. They feel like their hands are tied, or that they're backed into a corner or blocked, which makes sense because this individual over here seems to be blocking them. Okay, so maybe you're feeling blocked if you're resonating with this side because you're missing this person and they've just shut down. Okay, but this person may have a tendency to self-sabotage. They may be stuck in a cycle of pessimism or depression. They could be somebody who has a negative attitude, right? Maybe they play a victim role a lot, or maybe they're a critical type of a person. Maybe they issued insults at some point, or blame or punishment or judgments. Maybe some of you are going through some legal suit, so you need to save up money to deal with this person. But that's what I'm getting here. I'm getting a real sense of somebody missing having you around. So if this is you here, I feel as though you're working on something, a project of some sort. So at this point in time, I think that the focus is on growth or studying, learning, scholarships. So again, this could be school, or you're trying to learn something in your career. You're trying to build some solid foundations. You're making some long-term plans, okay? You might be working exceptionally hard for that matter, and because of that, you may get a promotion or recognition and achievements. But I think that this person, if this is you, you're focused on, just getting your goals met. Some of you might even be doing some renovations. Some of you might be an architect for that matter, but you're just focusing on setting up a new life. That's what I'm getting. It's just putting your focus on what it is you need to secure your own going forward. But there's this energy over here of this other person who just doesn't seem to want to let go. Look at that. King of Swords. So this is air energy. This is the either Aquarius, it could be Libra, it could be Gemini. It doesn't have to be, but it's a masculine energy, okay? So this individual is generally seen as the communicator. It's a mature male energy who's intellectual, analytical, articulate, somebody who could be in a position of power or authority, but they're honest and they're truthful. They've got principles and standards and morals. So it's interesting too, because maybe this person was selfish and maybe they only cared about their goals, and maybe they need some divine guidance at this point in time, because this could be you, Aquas, and maybe you meet somebody or you're missing somebody, right? But I don't know if this somebody was so good for you, especially if they were greedy and selfish. And maybe you were the one who gave so much to a situation. But yet, I don't know why you're still feeling trapped and refined. The key messages about this is to use your head in this situation and to not let feelings get in the way. Listening to both sides of an argument and not getting sucked into all of the emotion at present. So maybe this person is trying to make you feel guilty, or I'm not really sure, but it's speaking of making your own decisions, and that do so when you're in possession of all the facts. And if it's not a matter of making a decision, it's about clearly defining yours, because there's some serious situation in which you're trying to come out with a thought out plan. This also speaks to seeking out advice of professionals and scrutinizing all documents before signing. So be careful if this person presents a contract to you of some sort. Maybe this is a work thing. But if someone tries to put a contract in front of you, make sure that you're being careful. And make sure that you're honest about what it is that you need and want, and speak out if something is wrong. It's very important to enter into the debate, but communicate your needs. Now, this can also speak to medical issues, or hospitals, or surgeons may be involved, okay? So it's possible that maybe this person now is going through some health issues and they need the help of this person, but this person's shut down and doesn't want to help out anymore. I don't know, there's a couple of different stories here. But let us see what the outcome is going to be between the two people here, or what's going to happen in this situation. What is the outcome going to be? Because it really looks like, to me, somebody's missing somebody. So I've got the Four of Cups over here again. Apathy, disgust, not happy with the situation, closed off, turning a back to what's been offered to them. So this person, I feel, is just going to continue to shut down for the next little while. What about this one? Interesting. This person over here as well has the Hierophant card. So I guess there needs to be a decision here in terms of what? What is the decision here? What is the decision? Toxicity. Okay, the devil energy. There was a toxic environment, I feel, and maybe it wasn't based on truth or love or sharing for that matter, but somebody felt controlled. So if you're thinking of reconciling with somebody from the past, right, because this can also speak to a relationship, do be careful, all right, because that devil energy, that's an energy of feeling trapped. Again, feeling stuck, feeling restricted. So if you've been in this situation before, I don't feel as though anything's changed. I feel like this person could be quite selfish, and maybe they're trying to get some divine guidance, or they're telling you that they are, but I don't know, there's still this element of toxicity between the two of you. The astrological association is a Capricorn, so you may be dealing with a Capricorn, but this energy suddenly makes their appearance after a peace and tranquil time. So what happened? Well, it speaks to not learning a lesson after the Death card, okay? So maybe that's why this person here is so conflicted at this point in time. Maybe they didn't learn or gain personal insight and wisdom into what happened, and it's important for both people here to realize what is worth true value and what the worthwhile things are in life, because maybe it was discarded. I feel like this person could be trying to maybe pull this one back, and doing it because they're using that devil influence, you know, drawing this person to them with the promises and glimpses of the good things in life, right? Like, look at all my money, look at all my savings, look at everything. Somebody's trying to lure someone else back in, and maybe it's because of materialism, but there's something here that's just not good. They lure with offers of wine or women and song, and laughs at the idea of spiritual purpose or spiritual destiny. This person might prefer to live for today and take what they can get into hell with the consequences, right? But they do so with the glittering guarantee of material gain and a conscience-free life. But the problem with that is that it's not based on love. And then you can see that the greed and the selfishness comes in, hence the emotional giving over here. So I'm getting a message here, basically, that if you're considering or trying to make a decision as to whether or not you get back with somebody here, Aquas, it's about being very careful, because if you've been down this road, or if you're seeing patterns from the past, really use your head on this one, okay? And if it's somebody new, use your head as well to make sure that you're not repeating the same cycles that you've dealt with in the past. Okay? All right, you guys, regardless, I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.